Welcome to the Trading with Venus podcast, where we help you establish strong trading habits, generate consistent profits, and create the lifestyle you desire for yourself and your family. Now your host, Raman Gill.
Welcome to another episode of the Trading with Venus podcast. I'm your host, Raman, and today we have a special guest on the show, my dear friend, Sophia. Hi, Sophia. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
This is awesome. So Sophia here is a dear friend of mine. We have been friends for, over
16 years?
16 years, yeah. So Sophia and I met when we did a course together, and this was 16 years ago. We were young.
Before marriage, before kids. We were in our 20s.
Yes.
The discovery decade.
Oh, don't give our age away.
I know, hey, I can't believe. You know when those kids call you like you're old? When you're like, yeah, we're at that age now. You're old.
And the reason I wanted to invite Sophia here, one is that Sophia normally comes here once a week, and we've been working together on some of the things, goals that we have for next year. And again, this is a good idea for anybody who's working on any project. It's hard to do it on your own. So if you have an accountability partner, as a friend who is interested in the same topic that you are, it's a good idea to kind of work together and makes things a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
And another reason I wanted to do this video is because it is Thanksgiving in the US. So even though it's not Canadian Thanksgiving, we already had our Thanksgiving. But I really wanted to take this opportunity to really talk about things that are important in our life, right? A lot of times we talk about trading and making money and just working hard, our careers, our jobs. But when we really think about it, that's not the most important things in our lives, right? So we have other things that are more important. And here we have Sophie's son, who is 3-year-old, and you know, kids are important to us. So when we first met, we didn't have, we were single, we didn't have families.
No
and looking back at it, I mean, it's been a good run. Right? It's been a good run. We both have children. We have husbands who put up with us and good things in our lives, right?
Yeah.
So we really should look at what's really working in our life. We are so bashful about what's not working. We get frustrated all the time about this is not working. This is the problem. This is wrong. I lost this trade. I lost money here. I don't know how this works, but what is working, right? So Sophie, what is working in your life? Tell me.
You know, one thing that one of my girlfriends was for our Canadian Thanksgiving. So we had it at her place. And I did not expect this, but she gave me this plaque. It says, "Count your blessings." I was like, wow. I go, that really put me back in perspective. And so just knowing that my family is healthy. I'm intact with my husband. You know, we've been together for 20 years now, since I was 21. So now you know my age. And we have 3 beautiful boys. They're healthy, you know, and we have roof on top of our heads, food on our table, clothes on our bodies. Those are just the basics. And to me, it's like, yes, those are the blessings. And that's where I'm like, all the things that I've worked hard for, money, running my business for a decade, and I was pregnant 3 times at the same time. I still managed to do all of that. But at the end, it's like, you know, I'm thankful for all the things that I have, and we're healthy, we're whole, we're happy, and having good friends, and reconnecting with you. Like, we haven't seen you in, a decade, in 10 years, and now we're back together. And so to me, it's just, that's what I'm thankful for, having good and like-minded people that we're attracting again, and that we're coming together, and we're thinking, you know, we're doing things, making things happen. But at the same time, you know, I'm just, you know, thankful for all these that we've acquired.
Yeah, and also, like, if we talk about mental issues, like this mental health, it's not just about physical health, but mental health is not so much impacted. We don't get happy because we make $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
We are happy because we have friends in our life. We have family. I have 2 beautiful girls. I have a husband, house. Like, this is what, and even the house and cars, they don't make a difference. It doesn't matter what kind of car you're driving. It's 4 wheels to get you from point A to point B.
Exactly.
Right? But it's the people in our lives. It's the friendships that we build.
Mm-hmm.
And we have our friend Ashish here, who's behind the camera. Like, it's these conversations that we have, things that we learn from each other, right? That's what makes this so wonderful. It's the connections. At the end of the day, when we are on our deathbeds, we're not going to think about how many trades we won or lost. Like, who cares? Yeah. We will be concerned more about what did we really get out of it. And yesterday I was watching this show, and it was like a guy was saying the guy had passed away, and he did not connect with his son his entire life. He didn't know how to do that. Mm-hmm. He was a very successful lawyer. He had lots of money, a boat and a house and fancy cars. But he did not connect with his son, so his son wanted to sort of outdo him. So he became twice the type of lawyer that his dad was, right? But he never talked to his dad. So when his dad passed away, he'd actually created this beautiful book, right? Mm-hmm. And in the book, it was a kid's illustration, like an illustrated book for kids. Mm-hmm. And it showed all the things that he had missed and the things that he remembered, like the boat trips that they took, the questions he would ask, the fun things they did together. Yeah. So I think that's what this is all about, not so much about making money. It's important, it's very important, but what's more important is what we do together. Mm-hmm. And this is the point I wanted to sort of bring to you guys today. And on that note, I have made videos where things weren't going so well, and I had talked about the hardships or the problems as a result of that. And today, I want to do the opposite of that. Today, I want to thank all of you, my listeners, my audience, everybody who's been here on this journey with me. I would not be here if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for taking this time to spend with me, right? You have so many different options. We all have so many options. We could be doing so many different things, and yet you have chosen to turn your podcast on or your YouTube on and come to my channel and listen to me go on about this. So I am truly, truly very grateful to you for sharing this space with me and this time with me. And some of the comments that I get on my channel are absolutely wonderful. I am so grateful for that. There are so many supportive people who are always encouraging me on talking about how, you know, the content that I put out is great, how much they have learned from this. And it's these comments that kind of keep you going, right? It's that little words of encouragement. And so, yeah, so today I just wanted to say thank you for that. So thank you for sharing this space for me. I remember this episode where somebody was saying some bad things in the comments, and this person stood up for me, and he basically told this person to get lost, and it was really nice. I didn't have to do anything, but it was just really heartfelt that somebody would just be in my corner and stand up for me. So thank you for that. And even if you haven't left a comment, but you have watched my shows or listened to me, thank you for being there. So I really, truly appreciate that. And today I encourage you to look at your life and see what works for you, right? What is going right in your life, and just take a moment and say thank you. For example, my husband, like, say to your loved ones how much you appreciate them. I remember one time I was talking to my husband, and I told him how proud I was of him. And it was just because I had met some of the people that work for him, and they had such positive things to say about him. And we were just sitting talking after the kids had gone to bed. And I just mentioned to him, I was like, you know what, I'm so proud of you. And I was telling him about, oh, this person was saying this and this. And he's like, oh my God, Raman, this is the best thing that has ever happened to me, that you've ever said to me. I'm like, oh my God, like the words that we speak or not speak are so important. So I encourage you today to talk to your loved ones and just appreciate them and say thank you, right? Even if you're not a person who is big emotional speech person, just say thank you. Thank you for just them being there and sharing this life with you and making it better. Who are you going to thank today, Sophie?
You for having me on your show for the first time. I really appreciate that. I'm like, wow. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a video with Raman here. So thank you for having me and having this ongoing support every week that we do. So I'm thankful to have a friend like you. Honestly, like, oh, I'm so glad we found each other again. And of course, my family, my kids, my husband. Like when you're saying about your husband being like how all the good qualities and stuff that people are saying about him. Like my husband would always thank me for making him meals every day. For 20 years, he still says thank you to me. And I'm like, wow. You know, and so of course, then I want to make him a buffet after that. Right? So yeah, so that's, and I'm also just thankful that I have made new friends and I'm new here in the city. We've been here for 2.5 years now. And I'm just like, with all of these parents, it's just amazing that I'm so blessed to have that in my life.
Okay, Malachi, come here.
Come here, Bubba.
And we're always talking about trading, but we don't talk about this aspect of our life, these things that really make things wonderful. Last night, my daughter came to our room, and she does this. Both of them, they come to our room in the middle of the night, and they don't really. They wake us up in the middle of the night, but I was lying there with her and she was just cuddled up into me, just like Malachi is doing here. She's 5 years old. And, it was nice just feeling that warm little body against you and just knowing that little person feels so comfortable. You are their world. And we just need to take the moment to stop and think about those things. Ashish, go on.
And I also like to add to kids, maybe we're teaching them, but you know what? They're teaching us like so much in life. Like I'm just going back to appreciate what I have, but them, it's like they go back and teach you, right? And so it's a win-win for everybody, right?
Yeah. So Ashish, what are you grateful for, and who are you going to thank today?
I'm grateful to the God who has give me a chance to breathe right now, to live this moment. I'm grateful to my family, my friends like you.
All right, so again, I encourage you to find someone that you are appreciative of and say thank you to all of them. And from all of us here, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for joining us today. With much gratitude, your show host, Raman Gill.